Today, I'm going to share 8 vitamin and mineral combinations that older adults should be extremely cautious about. If you find this information helpful, please hit like and subscribe so YouTube can prioritize showing this video to those who need it. Let's get started. Number 8. Vitamin A and vitamin E, the pair that disrupts blood pressure and triggers oxidative stress. When it comes to senior health, many people believe vitamin A and vitamin E are excellent antioxidants, supporting vision, boosting immunity, and slowing aging. That's why many older adults take both simultaneously through multivitamins or immune-boosting supplements. However, few realize that taking these fat-soluble vitamins in high doses together can trigger the opposite effect, causing oxidative stress in the body instead of combating it. Oxidative stress is an imbalance between free radicals and the body's antioxidant capacity, and it's one of the key factors behind damage to blood vessel walls, increased blood pressure, fatigue, and cardiovascular decline in older adults. For those over 60, when metabolism and detox functions start to slow, high intake of vitamins A and E may accelerate arterial thickening and impact systolic blood pressure. A meta-analysis published in the Journal of the American Medical Association indicated that high-dose vitamin E supplementation, especially combined with retinol-form vitamin A, can increase the risk of cardiovascular death. Another reason this vitamin duo is risky is due to their ability to accumulate in the body. Unlike water-soluble vitamins like C and B group, vitamins A and E can't be easily flushed out through urine. Long-term use without proper dosage control can strain the liver and blood vessels, silently deteriorating heart health. The sad truth is, this combination often appears in products labeled heart-healthy, immune-boosting, or eye-protecting, which older adults are inclined to trust. In reality, a safer approach is to get vitamin A from foods like carrots, pumpkin, and dark leafy greens, where it's present as beta-carotene, a form that's easier to convert and less likely to overload. Vitamin E should come from sources like almonds, sunflower seeds, and cold-pressed vegetable oils, instead of heavy-dose supplements. If supplementation is truly needed, split the doses or alternate them on separate days instead of taking both at once. And above all, remember that your heart doesn't need more. It just needs what's right and enough. Number 7. Vitamin B6 and B12. More energy might not be good if your heartbeat goes off rhythm. Many people over 60 feel persistently tired, experience memory loss, or numbness in their limbs, and the common advice is to supplement with vitamin B6 and B12. Indeed, these two vitamins play vital roles in nerve function, red blood cell formation, and energy metabolism. But few know that taking B6 and B12 together, without proper dosage control, can lead to dangerous cardiovascular issues, particularly arrhythmias. Both B6 and B12 impact a process known as homocysteine metabolism, a type of amino acid in the blood. Normally, stable levels of homocysteine are harmless, but when those levels fluctuate too high or too low, it can damage blood vessels, increase the risk of atherosclerosis, and gradually weaken the heart's pumping rhythm. When seniors take uncontrolled doses of B6 and B12, like in high-dose B-complex pills, this imbalance can arise quickly and silently. A study published in the journal Stroke found that long-term high-dose intake of B6 and B12 not only failed to reduce stroke risk as hoped, but may actually stiffen blood vessels and raise arrhythmia risk, especially in those with pre-existing heart conditions. The danger is that the initial symptoms often resemble normal aging: lightheadedness, mild palpitations, or feeling short of breath after waking or walking. Moreover, long-term overdose of B6 can lead to peripheral nerve toxicity, causing tingling, muscle weakness, and even affecting gait. Ironically, these symptoms mimic B12 deficiency, causing many to increase both vitamins' dosages, leading to a spiral of mismanagement. This is particularly common in those taking medications like metformin or acid reflux drugs, which can truly cause B12 deficiency, making self-supplementation even harder to control. The safest way to use B vitamins after age 60 is to begin with a blood test to check B12 and homocysteine levels. If supplementation is needed, choose absorbable forms like methylcobalamin over cyanocobalamin and limit B6 to around 10 milligrams per day unless otherwise directed. Especially avoid energy shots or stimulant products, which often contain high, unbalanced doses of B vitamins. Your heart is a conductor, and its steady rhythm depends on nutrients given properly in the right amount. Don't let the desire for more energy unintentionally distort the music of your life with avoidable misbeats. Number 6. Vitamin D3 and calcium, the bone health combo that could silently damage your heart. For years, taking calcium with vitamin D3 has been considered the gold standard for maintaining bone and joint health in older adults. We're often told that to prevent osteoporosis or fractures, we should take both daily. But few realize that by the time you reach 60, especially if you have a history of heart disease, this seemingly harmless combination can pose life-threatening consequences. Vitamin D3 helps the body absorb calcium from the intestines. Sounds ideal, right? But the issue isn't absorption, it's where that calcium goes. Without enough guiding nutrients like vitamin K2, magnesium, or transport proteins, calcium can easily settle in the wrong places, like soft tissues, blood vessels, heart valves, and kidneys. That's when the risk of arterial calcification, high blood pressure, and coronary blockages begins to rise. A prominent study published in the BMJ found that people taking both vitamin D3 and calcium had a 30% higher risk of heart attacks compared to non-users. Even more alarming, in those with pre-existing cardiovascular conditions, the death rate from the D3 calcium combo rose to 32%, higher than the 24% seen in those taking calcium alone. This isn't a hypothetical risk. It's a daily, silent danger that doesn't show typical symptoms. Calcium buildup in the blood vessels doesn't cause immediate pain. Initially, you might notice vague symptoms like slightly elevated blood pressure, chest heaviness, or fatigue during light activity. But over time, calcium plaques narrow the vessels, restricting blood flow to the heart and brain. If unnoticed, this can lead to heart attacks, strokes, or require emergency interventions like coronary stents. So how can you protect your bones while keeping your heart safe? The answer isn't to eliminate vitamin D or calcium entirely, but to balance them smartly. Prioritize calcium from foods like kale, sesame, almonds, and calcium-fortified almond milk, because they come with co-nutrients that aid safe absorption. If you need vitamin D3, keep it around 1,000 IU per day, and always pair it with vitamin K2, MK7 form, which helps direct calcium into bones instead of arteries. Magnesium also plays a supporting role, so include seeds, beans, or whole grains in your diet. Remember, a healthy heart is essential to fully enjoy your senior years. Don't let strong bone supplements become the hidden cause of hardened arteries over time. Number 5. Zinc and Magnesium. 2 sleep and nerve saviors that shouldn't be taken at the same time. Many people over 60 begin facing insomnia, nighttime leg cramps, chronic fatigue, or declining testosterone, and are often advised to supplement with magnesium and zinc. Both are essential minerals playing key roles in nerve function, blood pressure regulation, and immune support. Some products even market them as the golden duo for relaxation and hormone balance. However, science shows that taking them together, especially in multivitamin form, can cause small, unexpected disturbances, particularly in older adults. Dr. Aaron Stokes, medical director of Megafood, has emphasized that magnesium can interfere with the absorption of smaller minerals when taken simultaneously, notably zinc, iron, and copper. This means the valuable nutrients you invest in for your health may be excreted wastefully, or even disrupt your internal mineral balance. For older adults with reduced digestive strength and absorption ability, this can lead to fatigue, weakened immunity, irregular heartbeats, or accelerated bone loss despite adequate supplementation. What many don't know is that both magnesium and zinc use similar transport channels in the small intestine. When taken together, they may compete for absorption. The result? The body may not absorb enough magnesium, a mineral essential for regulating heart rhythm, muscle relaxation, and stable blood pressure. Prolonged magnesium deficiency can lead to palpitations, night cramps, or persistent fatigue upon waking. Meanwhile, excess zinc may cause nausea, appetite loss, and over time, inhibit copper absorption, a critical factor in red blood cells delivering oxygen to heart muscle tissue. The issue escalates when calcium is added to this mix, as seen in many modern multivitamins. Calcium, magnesium, and zinc each play unique roles, but when taken simultaneously, they can form insoluble compounds, making them nearly non-bioavailable. The result? Despite the belief that you're fully supplementing for bone health, blood pressure, or immunity, the real impact may be weak or even counterproductive. The good news is that the solution isn't complex. Nutrition experts recommend taking these minerals at different times of day to avoid competition. For instance, magnesium can be taken in the evening before bed to promote relaxation and sleep, while zinc is best in the morning, preferably after a light meal. This scheduling enhances absorption efficiency and reduces stomach and kidney burden, crucial for aging organs. Remember, even essential minerals can become a burden when taken at the wrong time or in improper doses. Don't let your intention to care for your health turn into a chain of micronutrient misconceptions, just because you took too many good things at once. Number 4. Vitamin D and magnesium, the relaxation duo that can disrupt electrolytes and heart rhythm if misused. Many people over 60 take vitamin D to support joints and bones, combining it with magnesium at night for better sleep and muscle relaxation. It's a common habit, as both nutrients are hailed as allies for the nervous, muscular, and immune systems. But few realize that when taken together in high doses, or without proper oversight, vitamin D and magnesium can cause electrolyte imbalances, particularly low potassium, leading to heart rhythm issues in older adults. Vitamin D plays a vital role in calcium and phosphate absorption from food. Magnesium acts as a cofactor to activate vitamin D. Together, they enhance mineral uptake. But they also affect kidney function, the organ regulating electrolyte levels, especially potassium. When vitamin D and magnesium intake exceeds renal regulation capacity, potassium can be excessively excreted, causing dangerous hypokalemia. Potassium deficiency often starts subtly. You might feel slightly tired, experience mild night cramps, or get lightheaded when changing posture. But if it persists, it can affect the electrical activity of heart cells, causing arrhythmias, weakened contractions, or in severe cases, fainting or cardiac arrest, especially in those with underlying heart disease. Studies show that even slight potassium drops increase arrhythmia risks in seniors, particularly those on diuretics or blood pressure medications. The risk increases when people self-supplement vitamin D and magnesium without watching dosage or timing. Some nighttime relax supplements contain D3, magnesium glycinate, and melatonin, marketed for sleep support, but potentially risky if used long-term. This is concerning for older adults with reduced kidney function or those on medications that affect potassium balance. The safe solution is not to stop supplementation altogether. These nutrients are important, but to control dosage and monitor diet. Seniors should aim for 200 to 300 milligrams of magnesium daily, preferably in absorbable forms like magnesium glycinate. Vitamin D should stay below 2,000 IU per day unless prescribed. And most importantly, ensure sufficient potassium intake through foods like bananas, avocados, spinach, and coconut water to offset potential losses. Periodic electrolyte tests, potassium, magnesium, sodium, are recommended to catch imbalances early. In hearts already more fragile post-60, no supplement combo is harmless without understanding and listening to the body. Micronutrient balance must be built step by step, not overloaded with the hope of boosting health. Number 3. Iron and vitamin C, the absorption aid pair that can harm blood vessels if misused. If you've been diagnosed with anemia or advised to take iron, you've probably heard the familiar instruction: take it with orange juice for better absorption. And that's true. Vitamin C significantly enhances non-heme iron absorption from plant-based sources or supplements. But what few mention is what happens when too much iron is absorbed, especially in older adults whose ability to filter and eliminate iron declines with age. In healthy adults, the body self-regulates iron absorption, but after 60, this regulation weakens. When vitamin C accelerates iron uptake without actual need, the excess accumulates in the liver, heart, and blood vessels. This is dangerous. Iron isn't just a blood-building mineral, it's a potent pro-oxidant when in surplus. In synthetic form, it reacts with vitamin C to create oxidized species, producing free radicals that damage blood vessel linings. Imagine it like internal rusting of your arteries, akin to how metal pipes corrode over time. These invisible injuries pave the way for cholesterol plaques, narrowing arteries, raising the risks of atherosclerosis, clots, stroke, or heart attack. A study in free radical biology and medicine showed seniors with high serum iron and large vitamin C intake had nearly 50% higher lipid peroxidation markers, an indicator of vascular damage. What's worse is that iron and C aren't only paired in 2 pills. They often co-occur in immunity boosters, blood-building formulas, or energy multivitamins, especially in winter. And since early iron overload symptoms are vague, fatigue, breathlessness after meals, rapid heartbeat, dull skin tone, many misread them as deficiency and supplement even more. A crucial point: the body lacks a natural iron excretion mechanism. Once overloaded, removal requires blood donation or medical intervention. Prevention is key. Don't supplement iron with vitamin C unless you're diagnosed with iron deficiency anemia. If iron is medically necessary, avoid high-dose C tablets. Instead, pair it with natural vitamin C foods like bell peppers, strawberries, or kiwi. To protect your cardiovascular health, older adults should check ferritin, iron storage levels annually, especially if taking multivitamins or immune boosters. Don't let a seemingly healthy habit burden your heart with silent strain. With iron and vitamin C, right need, right method, right timing makes all the difference. Number 2. Vitamin E and omega-3, the heart-friendly pair that may trigger internal bleeding at high doses. Many over 60s believe vitamin E and omega-3s are the perfect duo for heart health, sharp memory, and joint flexibility. And both have real benefits. Vitamin E is an antioxidant protecting cells. Omega-3s, especially EPA and DHA from fish oil, reduce inflammation, lower triglycerides, and guard against heart disease. But few realize that when taken together in high doses, especially via supplements, they can significantly impair blood clotting, leading to dangerous bleeding risks. Vitamin E naturally inhibits platelet aggregation, useful for preventing clots. Omega-3s, particularly EPA, also thin the blood. Together at high levels, their anticoagulant effects compound, excessively extending bleeding time. This is especially risky for older adults with slower healing and common conditions like hypertension or diabetes. A study in blood coagulation and fibrinolysis showed that seniors taking both had over 30% longer bleeding times than those taking just one. That means minor injuries, nosebleeds, or vigorous toothbrushing could lead to prolonged bleeding. Worse, microbleeds in the brain, intestines, or bladder may go unnoticed until serious symptoms arise. Cases of spontaneous abdominal bleeding have been recorded within weeks of high-dose fish oil and vitamin E use, even without anticoagulant meds. Most users aren't aware they're mixing blood thinners. Omega-3 fish oil is often taken habitually, while vitamin E appears in many age-targeted multivitamins. This cumulative load may breach safe limits, especially without medical monitoring. The fix isn't to quit entirely, but to adjust smartly. Prioritize omega-3 from food, like salmon, sardines, flax seeds, over daily supplements. If supplements are needed, keep combined EPA and DHA under 1,000 milligrams per day, unless prescribed. For vitamin E, rely on sunflower seeds, almonds, or cold-pressed oils. Avoid high-dose pills if also using fish oil. Most importantly, if you're on blood thinners like aspirin or warfarin, inform your doctor before adding omega-3 or vitamin E. Your heart needs gentle protection, not overly thinned blood that turns small bumps into big risks. Smart supplementation means knowing when to stop to protect the heart without compromising whole body safety. Number 1. Calcium and vitamin D, the osteoporosis alliance that could be the biggest cardiac threat post-60. No supplement combo is more widely promoted for bone health than calcium and vitamin D. From prescriptions to over-the-counter advice, take calcium with D for better absorption is gospel, especially after age 50. But few are warned that without proper balance, this combo can significantly increase arterial calcification, raise blood pressure, and cause serious events like stroke or heart attack. Calcium doesn't intuitively go to bones. After absorption, especially aided by vitamin D, it enters the bloodstream rapidly. Without enough vitamin K2, magnesium, and transport proteins to direct it properly, calcium may deposit in unwanted areas: arteries, kidneys, heart valves, soft tissues. This silent process, vascular calcification, is an early sign of cardiovascular damage. The Journal of the American Heart Association reported that seniors using calcium and D supplements had a 22% increased heart attack risk, even with no prior heart disease. Those with existing issues, hypertension, diabetes, dyslipidemia, saw vascular calcification rise up to 70%. This is clinical reality, not theory. Another problem: older adults rarely get full guidance on necessary cofactors when supplementing calcium. They're told to take D for absorption, but not warned that D just opens the bloodstream door for calcium, not its destination. Lacking K2, especially MK7, calcium wanders into arteries, hardening them, increasing systolic pressure, and setting up for atherosclerosis. Symptoms are subtle: fluctuating blood pressure, cold limbs, tingling when standing. Over time, narrowed vessels force the heart to overwork, causing fatigue, failure, or angina. So what to do if you take calcium and D daily? First, check dosage. Most older adults only need 600 to 800 milligrams of calcium per day, split into 2 doses. Don't take large amounts at once. Vitamin D should stay under 1,000 to 2,000 IU per day, unless directed. More crucially, always pair with MK7 form of K2 and dietary magnesium from seeds, greens, or whole grains. Better still, rely on natural calcium sources. Sesame, kale, tofu, canned sardines, they absorb slower but safer. Calcium and vitamin D aren't bad. They're essential for strong bones, teeth, and muscle function. But post-60, when all systems are more sensitive, even good nutrients can turn risky if misused. Think of your heart. It needs clean blood and clear vessels. Don't let calcium become plaque that clogs your arteries due to improper intake. Thank you for staying with me until the end of the video. I hope today's insights have helped you better understand how certain vitamin combinations, though seemingly beneficial, can pose hidden risks to your heart health, especially after age 60. Always listen to your body and choose to supplement wisely. The right dose, at the right time, for the right need. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share it to spread the word to your loved ones. Wishing you strength, peace, and the confidence to take charge of your health every single day.